Hey guys, my name is Hillary with Barbell Acres, and today we're going to make some tallow. So we got a cow back in June, and we've been slowly eating through it. I asked for all the bones and the fat and some organ meats and cheeks and just different things. I even asked for the undesirable parts like the stomach and intestines to give to my chickens. So I really wanted to utilize all of the cow, or I guess I should say steer. But we are about done. We have a ton of ground beef because a lot of it is ground beef, of course, so we're trying to use that up. So I'm making all the ground beef recipes. If you have anything you like specifically love, please send that my way. But back to tallow. So I've never done it before we got the cow back in June, and I've experimented since then with some different ways. I found it kind of overwhelming because there were just so many different methods. What you could do in the oven, you could, I've seen on high, on low, and just different things. So this is a really foolproof, simple way that I've found that works every single time. I don't strain it as much as a lot of people do, but I find that it works for what we need. We're just cooking with it basically and using it as a cooking fat for mostly eggs and searing meat and just different things. So if this would interest you, please follow along. Okay, so here I'm taking the beef fat and I'm just kind of cutting it up and gonna purify it a little bit. So I'm gonna cut off like the cartilage, the meat parts. I give those to my chickens, cut them up into smaller pieces, and then I'm going to put that into a food processor or a blender. I actually don't have a food processor right now, so I'm just gonna put it in my blender. That works just as well. And then I just put it in my slow cooker and I turn it on low. And that is pretty much it. I stir it every hour or so, but that is about all we do with it. The benefits of tallow are numerous. I use it actually as like a face wash for oil cleansing. I started doing that and I've seen great improvement on it. I use it as a moisturizer. You can make like a whipped tallow balm. I know people make soap. I have not done that yet. I definitely want to get into that. It's great in vitamin A, D, E, and even K2. So we're just gonna, here when we're stirring it, we're just breaking down the bits a little bit. I did that several times. I only showed the one time, and then I am just going to strain it. So there's all the little bits. Some people eat them. I give them to my chickens. It does dry more white, and that's kind of what it looks like. It looks really yellow right now, but it actually does dry really white. And then I run it through another strainer just to make sure I got all the impurities. And that is it. Beautiful tallow. Okay, so that is it. As you can see, it's very simple. You basically just cut it up fine. I found that, pulverizing it in like a food processor or blender is what I have. Just works, makes it much quicker. I used to cut it by hand and it took a long time to get going, to fully melt down. But yeah, I just give the little bits to my chickens. They love it. I've heard of people eating them though, so do whatever works for you. But yeah, it's a healthy fat. It's also nice and simple, and it's super cheap because they were going to dispose of that anyway. So because I asked for it, I have enough cooking fat that's a lot less expensive than like butter, for example, to use for the year. So, all right, if you like this video, please hit subscribe and like, and yeah, let me know if you try it. Thanks guys, have a great day.